Happy birthday to you, Dana King, wherever you are.
I also love when she redid Say a Little Prayer.
Yes, yes.
I say a little prayer for you. I love her tone. Her tone is so special.
You know,
I wish.
That? I'm reminded about the movie with Julia Roberts.
Oh,
of course.
My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yes, My Best Friend's Wedding.
The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, what we're gonna do? I say a little prayer for you.
Forever
and ever, you stay in my heart, and I love you. And ever. All right, well, you know, we're all about the good vibes today.
Yes.
So here's your morning mix, and I'm saying, I hope it have Say a Little Prayer just because of this. Oh, IT, you found it. And it does not have Say a Little Prayer, but let's see what it has. Check it out.
All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing. Can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, 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 come on. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on.
I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. And we can do this together. I bet you feel better when you're dancing. Yeah, yeah. When you finally let go and you say that solo, 'cause you listen to that music, sing it away.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
Tired of the high interest rates and the whole heap of loan payments every month? Take a debt consolidation loan from AIM to pay credit card bills and all other high interest rate loans from other institutions. Make one low monthly payment to AIM and take home some extra money in your pocket. That's financial freedom. One loan, one low payment, more money in your pocket. Call AIM today to lower your loan payment. And remember, you won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed.
Get tiles and get creative with your floors, walls, and all the spaces in between. Our knowledgeable sales consultants are happy to help create your beautiful finish with the latest designs in first quality porcelain, wood look, vinyl, mosaics, natural stones, and countertops. At Creative, you will get every tile you need for your residential or commercial projects. Creative Building Finishes, your one-stop shop for everything tiles. Visit our showroom at 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get creative.
Yeah, man, this is Nadine Sutherland, because we triumphant, because we not stay down, we not go down. Stop one like we are, because we triumphant. Yeah, this is Nadine Sutherland. Big it up, Rockers TV with Urchin.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these 4 boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CBM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I win. once again.
Now I rethink the things I treasure. A fragment of hope is in these eyes. We shall rise again.
We shall rise and spread our wings once again.
We shall rise again.
With the help from our brothers and our friends.
We shall rise again.
We've done it before, now we can do it once again.
We shall rise again. We've been saying it when we began this morning that we shall rise again, and we really want to just punctuate that and emphasize that and amplify that and say that again and again, because we believe it, We shall rise again. Welcome back, Sunrisers. Let me just say welcome back to not only those who are watching on television, but those who are watching on our YouTube channel. We have a brand new YouTube channel, so let me tell you what it is. It is CVM Television Jamaica. Yes, CVM Television Jamaica.
That's you get a channel. You get a channel.
Yeah,
you get a channel.
Our new YouTube channel. So
we're so channeling.
Please share the link. Please share the link with friends and family. Yes. If you are wondering where we are, that is where we are. But anyway. What's buzzing in the headlines factory is our time. I said our time, Yendi and I, to introduce the one and only TK.
Okay, all right.
Oh, that was new.
Yes,
but I like it.
It was serious. It's somber. I liked it.
It's cinematic.
Yes,
it was great.
So now I say good morning.
Good morning. Hey.
Yeah. We're keeping the theme.
It definitely felt like Dark Knight.
Yendi, I'm so happy to see you.
Teeks is really lovely.
Missy IT, so IT, I don't know. I feel so bad when I do these things in IT. But I see you.
She doesn't.
You know what I mean? I don't see you already. But Yendi, it's so good to see you. I see all the work that you've been doing.
Yes.
You and the family. And so, of course, thank you to you and everybody who is taking the time out to give and to
love to
push.
your family.
Thank you.
I know you guys are going through it.
But
you always put on the bravest of faces, TK, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so now you know who else we appreciate? CVM's news team. And I have to highlight one of their many projects. So CVM's lead story broadcasted live from St. Elizabeth. CVM Television broadcasted live from Black River during a special edition of Lead Story with anchor Giovanni Dennis last night, who I'm sure has not slept in like weeks.
Trust me.
The remote on-site news coverage captured the full magnitude of the destruction left behind by Hurricane Melissa in the southwestern parish of St. Elizabeth, a region Prime Minister Andrew Holness previously described as ground zero for the storm's impact. Dennis's live segment brought first-hand interviews with residents, local officials, and relief workers as they grapple with power lines down, roofs ripped away, and critical services in tatters. The broadcast highlighted how deeply the community has been affected and focuses on key questions about the pace of relief efforts, access to safe shelter, and the next steps in rebuilding.
Let me tell you something. Last night I was watching, I was saying human service, unquestionably human service being delivered by Giovanni and the team. It's good to be, when in relay, when you're on a good team, you feel good. Like in sports, when you're on I feel good to be a part of the team, who deliver. And let me just say, I saw Amoy on a boat last evening, traveling. Jamaicans are resilient, we are creative, and we take on turn fashion. That's how it said. In the situation, so people were able to move across what used to be a football field that's now a pond via boat to get to the other side, and Amoy was a part of it. I'm watching them saying, wow, to get the work done. So I was happy to see us there, and I'm hearing that we're not only going to be at Black River, but we're going to other places.
Yeah.
And to those who may be like, but hold on, how was CVM able to be there and broadcast when there's no electricity yet? Starlink.
Oh, look at that.
We actually partnered with Starlink and we're able to have connectivity and transmit or broadcast live from a space that currently is
without electricity,
or telecoms
pivoting
connection. And I implore people that, if you have not seen that show, you need to check it out. It's on our the new YouTube channel, the the new YouTube
channel. Yes. We got you.
CVM Television Jamaica. Definitely go. It's so important to not just see, because a lot of people are showing the devastation, but it's good to hear from the people, to hear from the relief providers, hear from the residents, hear from people. Because I really do think that in Kingston, it almost feel like his little breeze blow, and it's very easy to kind of feel like, boy, that rough, but business as usual. And I think that when you really see these stories and you really feel what people are going through, you will know that even your little part is something that's so important. So even what my community is doing is I'm leading a team that's just collecting piped water. I said, listen, guys, you don't have no money. You're giving your money all over the place. You're collecting tin food for all sorts of organizations. No problem. We have running water, and we have some the handle bottles them, the 1 liter, but fill them up. We have about 200 bottles that are heading to Westmoreland tomorrow, and it's free. It's free. It's absolutely free. So anybody living in a complex, a gated community, anybody who you're living close together, choose one resident, and everybody just bring piped water from your yard to that person and send it off. There's so many organizations that would love just clean water.
Just clean water. And also
just clean water.
And also to with the piped water, because we need water for everything. There's no substitute for water. When you get a little water or the wipes and you clean off and you want to put on some clean clothes, I'm doing clothes. Because if you have some clothes in the closet, we don't wear a long time, or you not wear again, when the good quality, I have a lot of nice clothes.
And launder them before you drop them off.
Yes, nice clean clothes. But think about think about the recipient. Yes, because some things you have to just throw away. Honestly, because I see this, no, this can't give. But the point is, give what you can give.
That's a brilliant suggestion.
Pipe water.
You just changed what my Friday is going to look like.
Let's do it. Everybody in Kingston, let us be the water supply for the regions that don't have it. We have it running in abundance. St. Catherine, we all have it. So put it in a bottle and send it.
Really good one.
People can bathe. People can bathe their children. People can wash up. We're talking about giving people food, but you need sanitary conditions to at least prepare this tin food that they're receiving.
But also them can use it and mix it with little Lasco powder.
Exactly. And so not everybody, I understand, can give and pay and send and whatever.
And that's okay.
But if we have running water in our homes, trust me, that can literally save lives.
That's a great idea.
Can literally save lives.
Fantastic, yes.
Right? All right. So next up, let's do a little Feel Good Friday headline.
Oh, let's see.
Let's do it. So from destruction to restoration, adopt a family, rebuild a life. Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Eastern, Dr. Dayton Campbell, has launched an Adopt a Family initiative to connect donors directly with residents hardest hit by Hurricane Melissa. Dr. Campbell says assessments have revealed that nearly 2,000 homes in his constituency were destroyed, leaving many families without food, water, or shelter. The program aims to provide both immediate relief and long-term support, allowing donors to select and assist families based on their specific needs. He explained that supporters can offer various forms of help, from financial aid and essential supplies to even purchasing container homes for their adopted families. The MP is appealing for greater national support, warning that if conditions don't improve soon, the area could face serious health and safety challenges in the weeks ahead, which you mentioned earlier.
It's actually a brilliant idea because you see, when you're on the ground giving, a couple of things run through your mind. So one of the conversations I had with my husband was, do we continue to give 200 care packages and spread them across communities? Or do you take the funds and say, okay, 5 families, care packages, zinc, ply, nails, so they can rebuild? How do we do this in the most effective way? Because the food runs out and there's no shelter. Like, how do you do it? So I actually really commend Dr. Dayton Campbell's suggestion. His recommendation is solid because it does feel as though if you say, all right, this family, the Ellis family, is going to be my responsibility. I'm going to make sure the children get to go back to school. I'm going to make sure there's clothing, there's shelter. Maybe you are then able to channel the money in a particular way, channel your efforts in a particular way, and you know that, okay, instead of getting 20 people back to 20%, you can get 5 people back to 100. Does that make sense? So it is a very solid suggestion, and one that I I'm leaning towards, to be very honest, in terms of just feeling full impact, if that makes any sense. But if we can, sorry, very quickly, if our producer can just pull back the image of
Dayton, I want to talk about that. Looking up
MP
and
looking
crying. I wanted to go there.
It's interesting that you've chosen to go there.
Yeah, because the thing is, that is real. And we've been saying it because he has experienced it. And he said it in Parliament, he said, if you go there, I mean, not all of us can't go at the same time. We spoke about that too. But the experience live in the moment, what we are watching on video, they have been saying it, is not what it is until you go there and you smell and see the sights.
Or you don't want to smell.
You know, I heard about it.
Let me just be very clear that the smell is a very distinctive smell. And if anyone is familiar with death, the smell is very distinctive.
Awful.
And it's
but then you can
hard.
see why he's so emotional, you know.
But also, we live, especially our society, we live in a society where man,
tough it out,
man, no, you understand?
Yeah,
and in more than one instance now, I've seen expressions of just pure vulnerability from our men. I saw another news item where the gentleman is speaking into the microphone and the tears are just pouring down his cheeks. And he's speaking, you know, and he doesn't even wipe. He doesn't even have the capacity to think let me just wipe this off. He's just pouring out his heart and the tears are coming down. I'm looking at the MP for Westmoreland and I'm looking at the tears coming down his cheeks as he looks up, almost like, where is this going to even begin to change? And you feel something. If you see these expressions of raw emotion and it don't move you in a particular way,
you're not human. Literally.
Why?
You know what I mean? No matter
Let me see
who
big
you
man
are, where
cry,
you
you know.
are. Yeah,
But what we want is, because it's very, it moves us, but what I would love for it to do is move us to action.
Correct.
Because let me tell you something, if everybody does a little,
it goes a far
when
way.
I say it would be absolutely life-changing, and so it's one thing to be impacted and watch the images and think, oh my gosh, this is so sad, this is so sad. It's another to have that sadness take up one extra tin food, just one extra item, one extra wipe, one extra pack of sanitary napkins, one, and drop it somewhere and you say, boy, but I have work and I have the kids and I'm tired and I'm busy, and all of us. But that one could be make an absolute difference, especially when it's 20,000 of us doing the one.
Let me share an image that is, it literally just replays in my mind over and over and over. The image is, let me take you to Wharf Road in Westmoreland. There is not a single house in sight. There is one structure that is standing, and it was a concrete structure, and it's the man who has a little local haberdashery. Good morning, Omar, Sir Roy. Hope you're well. No, him can't see this, but somebody I go give him the message. There's a lady sitting what would have been 2 houses down from the haberdashery. She has a baby on her breast, nursing. She has another child to her diagonal right,
I think I saw
playing
that
in the rubble. No, it's something I saw with my own eyes. There's another little boy over on the side trying to help pick up things to pass to a man who is over on a makeshift roof-ish thing because they're trying to repair something from one piece of the house that still kind of catch so. And I'm looking at her and I'm saying, mighty God. The lady is just there with her 3 children, 1 on the breast. The little boy is trying to help the big man up on do the repairs. And there's just nowhere for them to go and nothing for them to do but just to sit there and hope that the circumstance can change. It is disheartening. She just sit there, you know, on the rubble, you know, TK, on what would have been them porch, you know, with the baby, so. You understand?
I know, I mean, TK, I mean, Yendi, you're sharing that story, I keep hearing, and it's the truth, that these stories are just a glimpse of the full story. You know what I mean? But, as TK said earlier, everybody can do something, and that water idea.
Pipe water, man.
Pipe water.
Pipe water and send. Just pipe water. Full up the pipe water, send it. There's drop-offs at Devon House. There's drop-offs at Bob Marley Museum. You can drop off. There's so many places. Food for the poor, I'm sure, is going into all these areas. Drop off pipe water and send it into the areas.
That's it. Turn on your pipe in a buckle and cock it back. Anyway,
All right.
thank you so much, TK.
It's always great to have you, cheeks.
See you again at 7.
With your nice, cute cheeks.
Thank you.
Don't make a TK just want picture cheeks.
cheeks, yeah.
Cheeks with the cheeks. All right, that's all we time, TK. That's all the time we have for the headlines. Thank you, Pat. You're a star. You're so good with the quips. TK or Chike is going to be back at 7 a.m. for your morning news. But coming up next, it's time to react in React. So please stay with us right here on Sunrise.
Cause God and love bring back the soul. Neighbor to neighbor will end with hand. Help the youth them fi understand. We can't survive if we no unite. Hard to get.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Turbulence the future, I'm have to end that CV. See it happen. We've got the love others are searching for. I'm still loving you, even though you're gone. I could have been one of the most notorious. Keep it royal. Give thanks and praise for life. Thank you very much. Go bang!
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough to live in. Make a little space, make a better place, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. Don't worry about a thing. Gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing.
All right, don't worry, Sunrisers. Everything is going to be
all right.
Yeah, welcome
Yes.
back to Sunrise. Good morning to those who are just joining us. And good morning again to those who were with us from before. We're going to kickstart your day with a burst of energy and a whole lot of laughs. A laughter is a good thing for the soul, good
medicine.
thing. So we're diving headfirst into the recent and most talked about videos. I wonder if Sasha selected these videos this week.
Sasha, I can say no.
I don't want to hype up the videos just yet in case it was Sasha. Woo.
Sasha said no. Disclaimer.
Let's just
I did
say-
not select the videos, so we're looking
we
forward
give
to
thanks
see.
for small mercies.
These moments
Right.
are heartwarming moments. Maybe it won't make you laugh, but it will, you know,
Make you
move your heart,
smile.
right?
Yeah.
Latest viral trend. So let's see what the videos are. Let's jump in and see the very first video.
Sasha, you're catching strays, girl. Actually, those were not strays. Those were direct. First video.
That's a good start.
That was Sasha's video.
You know,
Hey,
let me tell you something.
we're not
It's
easy, you know.
I must tell this. It's a very. I can say this. I've worked in comedy for decades. It's a very difficult time to dispense of humor, but it's a very important thing to
Yeah.
receive doses of. So you know, as I said earlier, we can't spend the entire day down to find moments that we can, you know, have relief.
But
And
also,
it's
no
a
stop
good
go
start.
outside of the hurricane.
Yes.
Suppose on the blow away, but to
Absolutely.
make video.
Not smart.
But that was good.
Not smart.
By the way, if you don't know the music video for that song, watch the music video for the song and then watch back that video and you'll get the gist.
Yeah.
Next video.
On a scale from 1 to 10, my friend.
Hey, let me tell you something. Not bad. Because listen, when you see those videos with those journalists reporting
Trust me.
in hurricane, when
Conditions,
hurricanes
yeah.
have visited countries. I remember years ago in Katrina, and
Yeah,
you see,
man.
I mean, we always see those images, you know, and see behind us, and the wind is blowing. Crazy, I don't know.
But officially, my new favorite hurricane clip is of Drusel. Standing
Yes,
on the beach
Yes.
by Palisadoes,
Yes.
and the water
Yes.
just lift up
Yeah.
and just come over into
Yeah.
our shoes and
Yeah.
take up the beach and just say, woo! And start runway.
Yeah.
Officially, I think that was probably everybody's favorite clip out of
But you see, Giselle, but you don't see DJ and Daniel
Who was
and
our
Patrick,
cameraman?
whoever it is, you see
Who was our cameraman
you
for
see
that
the
clip?
videographer.
Oh, Hershando.
Hershando.
Hey.
Kershando Wallace.
Also, who when she point out if you look upon the crocodile in the water, who tell her for Hershando again? Drusel is my new favorite storm journalist, weather coverer. Ooh. Next video.
People. I'm Drusel Mills reporting for CVM News. I am currently on the Palisadoes Strip. Winds are at high. The power of the wind is literally pushing my body forward. And guess what? The sea levels are high. It's coming in powerful. The rain is coming in and out. First it's heavy, then it becomes light. People, this is not a drill. Melissa is close to our lands and we ought to take heed to the instructions that are given by the authorities. If you're in a flood-prone area, evacuate immediately, people.
You know, nobody could have scripted.
What you want? She said, my shoes.
That could not have been scripted by a creative writer. When she said evacuate, she left it out. She evacuated. Oh!
Hey, why look at the audio right there, so? I didn't even know that video was in React, but I think I watched that video minimum 10 times.
Yeah.
Minimum. And I love the crocodile one when him say, shh. You catch him back? Look on him back. You see the crocodile back? Look back. Shh. I love it. Next video.
When me young, me never get no baby shower.
Yeah.
So now me I do an adult shower. Anybody have the clothes in a good condition? Inbox me. Fresh drop. Me clothes them gone. And me them young.
That is it. But tell us how close me are doing now. You understand? But I'm not talking about close enough. You need close to it, you know what I mean? No, it's how she asks for help in a creative way.
So IT not go find her?
I forgot. Look here, I'll get it for the producer, get the link. Close them gone.
Watch back the video and they just figure out her size and you have to go find her and say this is for you for your adult shower.
You know what's interesting? That you said that even though I have a lot of women around me, a woman will wear a man's shirt.
Yes.
Easily.
Yes.
but we can't wear a blouse. You know what I mean? The DJ look up, and Danny look up a while ago. Yeah, Patrick said, no, sir.
Look here. No, I'm asking you this now. I'm going to take a poll. I'm
Yeah.
going to take a poll of the gentlemen in the room. We have 4 gentlemen in the room.
Yes.
Well, 5 and IT.
Yes, we have
4 that you
DJ
can't
Phoenix,
see.
we have Patrick,
Phoenix.
Daniel, Danny, DJ, and IT 6.
All right. If you guys had no clothes.
Look here.
Danny, I never even see you over there. If you
Youth.
guys have no clothes whatsoever,
Youth.
hands up
Yendi.
if you want to wear a blouse
Yendi.
and skirt.
Yendi, I does not. Listen, Yendi, I am going without shirt.
No.
Yendi, I go
So
without
you would
shirt.
rather walk around like the day you were born?
Yendi, I are not, does it?
Staying at the house? No, DJ don't have no house. What you going to, Phoenix? Garden of Eden, he said. Okay. Hey. Daniel said, brawling.
I are not, does it?
So you wouldn't wear a blouse? Even have no other option? More than the blouse. You wouldn't wear a bloomers?
But you know, DJ said, I'll wear, but I'll stay in the house. Hey, all about them.
All right, here's the next scenario. You get a bloomers and you have to go down to the shop to get some food. You don't eat in 5 days and you don't drink water for 5 days. But you get a bloomers. You're not going to put on the bloomers and walk go down to the shop. DJ? No.
Yeah.
Daddy?
You're not eating 5 days?
Danny, I got to take the bloomers. Daniel? No to the bloomers. Patrick?
No, all right. Even
no. Phoenix? He will say we'll take a bigger bloomers.
You can't take the bloomers, you know. But so you walk around the shop.
Show me how you have to walk in the bloomers, IT. How you walking on the bloomers?
So
walk us to the break.
So you put on the bloomers and you have gone and you have passed the corner with the man them.
Show me.
You have met them know, say, even though them see the bloomers, on a play things.
In your bloomers. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get IT a bloomers in this commercial break. And when we come back from this commercial break, we're going to have him muggle a nice big bloomers, as Phoenix said he would wear, yeah?
And make sure, when you walk, you set the finger so. You know,
yeah, bad man bloomers. All right, coming back from the break, we're going to hear from the Small Business Association because, let's be real, the work must go on. And for us, we have to rebuild and we need to rebuild stronger, yeah?
Absolutely, yes.
So stick and stay, come back for that interview, but also IT in his bloomers. Whoa. Find a bloomers. Sasha, find a bloomers.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orvin Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us here on Sunrise. So, the Small Business Association of Jamaica, SBAJ, has outlined a targeted advocacy and recovery strategy in the wake of Hurricane Melissa, with a focus on immediate support for small business owners across the island. The association is working to ensure that government relief measures translate into practical, on-the-ground assistance, including help with completing paperwork, access to lower interest financing, and equitable participation in rebuilding initiatives. Here with the details, our second VP of Small Business Association of Jamaica, Denise Williams, and the President, Garnet Reed. Good morning to you both. Welcome.
Very good morning. Welcome
morning.
to our
Good to
students
have you
at
both.
CVM.
Good morning.
First thing first, can you share what SBAJ's initiative, immediate priorities are for supporting the members of the suffered losses during Hurricane Melissa?
Well, a number of small business operators have been destroyed during this recent Hurricane Melissa. And therefore, we are taking up data now, right, to find out who get damaged, what are the damage, and how we can help. Now, I just want to say something though. SBAJ is the largest small business organization in Jamaica, represents some 16,000 Highland-wide, the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise. And we are a little disappointed with the government that we are not involved in the recovery process. And therefore, we are appealing to the government and other private sector to involve SBAJ in the recovery process at this time. At this time, we are doing data collection, and to find out what are some of the damages and what are some of the needs our small business operator need. Now, the Prime Minister yesterday mentioned that he will be working to help this small business operator to recover. I understand that he's going to give some generator, and he's talking about the shop owners. But I need to go further to talk about small business who have pharmacy, small farmers, the hairdresser, the tailor, and so on and so forth. So all these people need help as well for we to grow back the economy. The Small Business Association of Jamaica represent, as I said, a wide cross-section of small business operator. We give employment to the Jamaican people 90%. We give the government trillions of dollars in taxes, and therefore we need to rebuild commerce, and so that the country can recover from the devastation of Hurricane Melissa that destroyed. This was a catastrophe. It was a catastrophe.
Oh, 100%. You mentioned
and so I also
correction.
like to take this opportunity to also thank all the international organization, the entertainer. Yesterday I saw some entertainer giving building supplies, good move. But what we need coordination. There's a thing called coordination, and I think the government picked that up. I know to see make some changes at the OPM. Good move, but more need to be done. Your question.
You mentioned that you're currently in a stage of data collection, but you also mentioned that you wish that there was a deeper involvement and inclusion of the SBAJ. What do you believe your additional contribution would be other than data collection? How would you want to participate in a deeper way?
Good question. We are now in the process of collecting supplies, building supplies, food packages, medications, and all of that. And so I'm taking this opportunity to appeal to the international community, the local business people, the private sector, that's mean big business, no, and to help us and bring in their supply at the 2 Trafalgar Road. We're at 2 Trafalgar Road, and you can bring your supply there, your building supply, etc. And you can call me at 919-2410, 319-0770. And we are a registered organization. We have an organization for over 50 years, formed by the late R. Danny Williams. We are the engine of growth for the Jamaican economy. Denise.
Okay. Right. So, what else we're doing? So we're going to be doing a road show. So we're heading to Montego Bay first, and so for persons who want to contribute to helping small businesses, they need everything: generators, laptops, data banks. They need technology and they need power. Many things. So again, you can call the office, but we're heading to Montego Bay first, and then we'll be doing 3 other stops because, as everyone knows, the damage is wide. So we want to encourage persons to reach out. We're also posting our survey for small businesses on our social media pages, so that will help with the data collection. The other thing we want to talk about is the way forward, the recovery. We believe it will happen in 3 stages. So right now, we're at the humanitarian stage. So we're trying to make life less miserable. That's stage 1. But for businesses, when we look at the data we already have, there are 425,000 small businesses in Jamaica, but 418,000 solopreneurs. So those are the people working from home, or they have a little shared office space and such. And so that initial data we had before Melissa is really telling us that after humanitarian, we need to look at distribution. How do we get small businesses back to revenue? You know, how do we distribute their services and their goods to Jamaica, to the world? How do we get them back to that phase where cash is coming in? Because you can't build a business on donations. You need cash. We believe that a clear policy that brings in the small business in the recovery effort is one of the fastest ways to get them to second phase, which is distribution. And then the third and final phase, a little bit more long-term, is digitization. We have to get Jamaican small businesses in the cloud because we live in a hurricane zone. This could happen next year. So rebuke it. But the digitization. Now we know that Jamaica Business Development Corporation has been ongoing with their training for digitization of Jamaica, but I think it needs to step up.
But let me ask you an interesting question, because you're mentioning having a survey for people to fill out. You're mentioning collecting data. How are you doing that for the people who don't have any connectivity? Because there's no connectivity.
That's the road show.
That's the
road show. That's where we're going down.
What are the features of the road show?
We're gonna have we're gonna have the buses, and we're gonna get security. And supplies, and we're gonna go down. Music, of course. Yes, we may have music. Yes.
Then he said, add that to the plan.
I just want to say something though. Recently, the government of Jamaica allocated some $2 billion through the DBJ to the SME, and I'm recommending that they put $500,000 to give $500 million to help the SME sector who have been damaged. I also like to commend the government. We recently have a press conference where we make a recommendation that NHT to help the homeowners to rebuild. I see the government is giving some $500,000 to help homeowners to rebuild.
And that will help the solopreneurs who work from home.
Quickly. Right. And again, I must commend the Andrew Holness administration before and post who are doing an extremely good job. There are some glitches, but they're trying to fix it where that is concerned. Let me just go now to JPS. The Jamaica Public Service, before Melissa said that they was going to increase the electricity bills.
They said it was possible.
Well,
They
I'm
underscored
hoping-
that. 'Cause we spoke with them, and
I'm-
they actually said to us, "There's a possibility. We're not saying it's definitely going to happen."
Well, I'm appealing to them not to increase electricity bills at this time.
Yeah.
To help the Jamaican people, to help the MSC.
I think
We can't
we're
afford
all
to pay-
backing you on that appeal.
Right.
Back in it. And that's a good way to end, you
Yeah,
know, to bring in the light of that suggestion. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thanks for having us.
Our guests, they've been Denise Williams, second VP of Small Business Association of Jamaica, and Garnet Reed, President. Of course, TK is up with your morning news along with another live update from our friends in the field, so stick and stay.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes and I stood my ground.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orvin Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. It's time.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
More matches, more big clashes.
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
More of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
And of course, we always want to hear from you.
Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out. So send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
And you know we love a good little debate, right, Gio? We've got you covered all season long on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. CVM's news team are on the ground in the worst affected areas of Jamaica following the passage of Hurricane Melissa, documenting the absolute horror being experienced by residents. Amoy Harriet reports from an area that even after a week has elapsed is still flooded out.
On the outskirts of Santa Cruz in St. Elizabeth, Brighton and the surrounding communities remain flooded. Residents have resorted to using paddle boats to get in, out, and around the community. So I'm now getting a lift from David and Kemar on the paddle boat to go into the heart of Brighton to speak to some of the residents to find out what's happening in the community. Now, this entire area that you're looking at used to be a play field, a ball field, now resembling a river, quite frankly. So this is actually how a lot of residents in Brighton have to travel to get in and out of the community on a daily basis. because some sections of the community you can't get through it, not even using vehicles, especially this particular area where the boat is now traveling. I'm looking at some homes that are, half of the building is underwater. All right, so we've made it to the other side of the, well, river, and David and Kemar are about to, what do I call that now, dock the boat? Dock the boat. So let me lift up this wire. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. All right. That's a coach from one of the homes now underwater.
Break it.
Come down back here, sir. Come down back. Come down back here. Come down, see me. Come.
All right.
Oh, Jesus. Why you feel bad about it? So you can't do nothing. Can't do nothing about it.
So has it been a challenge getting food and water in and out of the community?
Why you just jam one place so you can't get no food, you can't get no water.
All right, so a resident had to give me a ride on his back to get me inside of this house because of the flood waters. And I unfortunately left my water boot in the vehicle, not expecting the water to be this high.
Maybe get all shake, the sheet, everything, get washer gone.
You know, say still now.
6 pounds left me back.
6 pounds. Yes, sir.
So that's one bedroom and this is the other bedroom.
Yeah,
Wow.
the water reach right up right up there. A jar now.
No man.
Wow.
The minister left to be there. You do it bad still.
This time is the worst time we ever have a flooding, because reason being why we have this type of flooding right now, the drain here, half of this drain dump up and the water cannot go through freely. You understand? And even on the common here is pier dumping. So normally we have a drain from Dr. Rock to this way. No more. The water cannot come this side because the whole place dump up. So unless the dumping them move, then we won't have any more flooding. I make 2 calls since week to the local government, and I beg them please to send somebody just to come assist you and come and look what is happening here. And they say they might send somebody. I don't see nobody. I know.
So talk to me about Hurricane Melissa. What was that like for you?
Hurricane Melissa is the worst hurricane I ever see. The worst one. Believe me, I pray until I don't have any word left. No word left. You understand? It's the worst hurricane because it tear my veranda top and the whole out the side of my house there. You can see a new thing put on because it is tear off.
And recovery, have you started that process as yet?
Well, I start do things of my own, start to fix back the side, it wet up inside and stuff. We have to throw some clothes and something, and we are trying to get back on track. The
whole of we kind of feel get wicked enough. One way, but we have giga thanks enough in what boy. You have in life gone still. So that is the most important to know that, you know, Father God spare our life, you know. If we even lose, you know, we can work back again and achieve a thing, you know. Yeah.
That's it for Morning News. Join us again. I'm TK Dawkins. More Sunrise coming at you after this.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Let's delve deep into the issues, we'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Protecting Jamaica's borders is a key priority for the Jamaica Customs Agency. The JCA will remain vigilant and resolute in effectively fulfilling this mandate. The time, brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, is 7:15 a.m.
It's time.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
More matches, more big clashes.
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
More of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
And of course, we always want to hear from you.
Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out. So send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
And you know we love a good little debate, right, Gio? We've got you covered all season long on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
Mash up fence, mash up tree, but Jamaica still there on the knees. So we pray for the sun to come out, please. Send best John, the bird basket cry. Farmers
You know, I learned to ride a bicycle when I was younger, and the skills stay with you. But I'm not going to talk about bicycle. Bicycle this morning, swimming. If you learn to swim, the skill stays with you. Welcome back to Sunrise. Coach Limon Lowe, one of Jamaica's national swim coaches, see where I'm going? Head coach of Swimmers Aquatic Swim Club and founder of Lowe's Consultancy Services, joined us now to discuss a movement he's starting to help more Jamaicans recognize the importance of water safety and preparedness, a life-saving initiative designed to equip Jamaicans with the critical skills needed to prevent drowning and respond safely in water emergency. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Morning, Coach.
Morning time.
Good to have you. Let us talk about the fact that we still, at a very high rate, we're not a swimming nation. We're not a country of people who swim, but we are a country of people. We go river, we go beach, we go to these water bodies, but we're not swimmers, so to speak. How do we shift the mindset around learning the skill of swimming, the life-saving skill of swimming?
Yeah, so first of all, I want to talk about why this all started.
Yeah.
And I don't know if many of us remember the incident that took place with the hurricane, I believe, Dorian in Bahamas,
Yes.
2019. And just a quick number, there were 75 who lost their lives then and 282 that was unaccounted for. And so Bahamas at that time took an initiative that every child that's born, mandatory that they must learn to swim. Right now, on a national level, they are pretty much one of the best islands in terms of the region, in terms of competitive swimming because of that initiative. But it was more of a safety drive.
Right.
And it's the same thing now that I'm imploring most of our Jamaican parents to have that same type of concept, and the government too, because the reality is we don't want to wait until another Melissa again for persons to be drowning and losing their lives through that means, you know. So that's one of the things that I wanted to highlight, where this all came from. Yeah.
Listen, when the rain started, and of course we know the heavy rains that comes with a hurricane.
Flooded waters.
I almost did an inventory in my house. I said, who knows can swim and who can't swim? because it's really a critical issue if the house is flooded and we literally swim to save lives. So it is such an important initiative, you know. But you mentioned the idea came after what happened with Hurricane Dorian. Hurricane Melissa has made it even so much more urgent, you know. But what was going through your mind at the time, you know, when the light bulb went off?
Yeah, it never came directly to Kingston. It was more on the west and the St. Anne's and Black River and so on. But then I started to think about what if there's a lot of water, which we know that came with it, flooded waters. And we saw pictures on the social media platforms that had homes. You were seeing the water so high that it was actually at the rooftop.
I saw that too.
So in many cases like those, you think about, I'm thinking, all right, going on the rooftop may not be even helpful. No, you actually need to know how to save yourself, and if you have others in the house, save others by swimming, getting to safety that way. So that was one of the things and concerns that I had initially as I thought about what was happening in these flooded areas. So yeah.
I watched a story and I heard the guy said, you know, when I went there, I have to box him. I'm gripping so. And I said, why you box him? Never box him, guy.
I'm going to drown him too.
You know?
But let us talk about those skills, because obviously I know that you coach at the National Stadium. That is a swing facility, but we don't necessarily have swimming facilities in every parish, available in every school. What is your plan in your mind to say, okay, how can we make this a national venture, and how do you foresee this happening?
Yeah, so it's two phases to the concept that I'm bringing. One initially is the initial investment in parents investing in the kids, starting from there, or adults themselves learning the sport or learning safety of the sport. But then the next initiative is to actually create a foundation, which right through Melissa I was thinking about ideas of how to do that, where we'll get sponsorships and stuff to be able to drive this across the island. Because again, this is something, when I think about Bahamas, our neighbors, that's what they did to drive, safety, water literacy, that every household will learn how to actually not just swim, but swim well, so they can save themselves. Because you know the saying, yeah man, you can swim, I can help myself, or we can do a thing. But really and truly, if you're not able to do that thing well, or effectively, or efficiently, then it's not so much doing it, because you saw the waters that Melissa brought.
But let me ask you this. You're not necessarily speaking only about learning swim strokes and being able to swim competitively. You're literally talking about life-saving skills in water. So learning to float, learning to tread, learning to, it's the very basics. When you think about that, how long do you think a child would need to interact with a swim coach to be able to develop those skills sufficiently?
Well, I want to say it depends on the coach, because the coach would have the necessary skills, not just in teaching, but in communicating. And making sure that that kid connects with what you're saying. My personal experience, some kids, even in the summer here, the 3-4 sessions, they got it. They were floating, they were moving from one place to the next. And it's all about getting them comfortably in the water, because we know that the fear is real. Most persons, even parents, they're not sending their kids to swim because they themselves have this phobia, they themselves have this fear. So it has to do with the coaching, it has to do with how comfortably you communicate the information, and then in a short space, you'll have them being excited about the water and wanting to learn to swim.
But you know what is also true is that a good swimmer in flood waters can be challenged. So therefore, there's a proper technique or rescue training. Explain to us the importance of that.
Yeah, so I've learned to do all of these because I'm also a certified lifeguard. And you mentioned you have to box him. It's a real thing, because you have what is called the death grip. And if a child, as small as that child is, hold you the wrong place, and you're not trained enough to know what to do to react to that, then it can be very serious. So life-saving skills, as you guys talk about how to float, how to be able to move yourself in that water effectively, is some of the things that we look at when it comes to these life-saving skills.
You know, one of the most interesting things that I hear when it comes to water is no matter what the circumstance is, no matter what the conditions are, you have to stay calm. But it's typically so difficult for people not to panic when they're in water and they feel as though this is not going to end very well for me. How does one mentally decide, okay, I need to stay calm, I can get out of this? What do we do mentally? Obviously, it's until we come to you for little lessons.
It's easier said than done. And the reality is, in a case like even Melissa bringing it back, if you find that water is coming in quickly into the home and filling up the home, and you're finding that the doors are getting locked and all of these things, you're going to panic. But what is encouraged is that you have your safety devices. I spoke about it on a video that I did on Instagram, where you ensure that you have like your floating devices, your life vests. More so the life vest, because with the other floating devices like a board, a pull buoy, bottles filled with water in a bag to hold, debris can box that away from you. So when you have on the life vest, you feel in your mind 99.9% more safe, because you know you can keep your head above water. And really and truly in a case like that, that's all you need to get to somewhere safe. Keeping air in, you can talk, you can scream, you can say, hey, help me over here, and that will keep you afloat.
For those who live in flood-prone areas, should have
ensure
life
that you have those helpful equipments that in cases like these, because most people prepare for the flood. They prepare to button down and prepare with food. But now how many of us prepare that
I never
if
even
the
ever
water
thought about
get to
life
us,
vest.
then we have a
Never
life
thought
vest
of
in
it.
our homes as a part of our safety equipment.
You have fire extinguisher in your house, you know, but you don't have life vests.
No, it's a real thing, man. So I'm encouraging persons out there that in cases like these, you have one of those.
Want to live in a flood-prone area for sure.
I wonder how can like families and companies and schools get started with a learn to swim program or a rescue training.
Yeah, so it's an initiative that I am trying to build here also, which through Swimmers Aquatic Swim Club, where we're getting to the schools a lot more. Again, we're working out the isms, schisms to get it done. But ideally, we want all schools, because I do one now in St. Mary. That's a Happy Hours school where I go down there each Tuesday, and a coach and myself will work on getting those kids. So the idea is to get all parishes involved in this initiative, so we can have everybody learn to swim. I'm playing my part. I'm doing my part. But idea is that we want to start a foundation where we can actually go and have a drive right through and through the whole island. With the help of sponsorships and government and stuff like that.
How do people contact you? They want to say, okay, we will partner with you. We want to be a part of this initiative.
Right, so we're on the social media platforms, Swimmers Aquatic Swim Club, at Swimmers Aquatic Swim Club. So Facebook, IG, TikTok. There's also Lowe's Consultancy and Services, which is also around helping the nation on that level to serve kids, to help them to learn to swim, adults, competitive swimming, the whole of it. So,
and it's Swimmers with a Z.
Yes, SWIMAZ Aquatic Swim Club.
All right.
Lemon, I heard that swimming is the best exercise because it exercises all the muscles.
It is.
Absolutely.
Is it a myth or truth?
No, it is truth. It also works on your breath management, so your lung capacity. It's water, so you always have to be taking a breath to breathe to the side, head back down. And you can do that in many ways. You can take 3 breaths or three pulls to 1 breath. You can go even further. You can go 5 to 1, 7 to 1, 9 to 1. And the more you do that, it builds on your lung capacity.
All right, that was Lemon Low, my daughter's swim coach. Actually, his dad taught Izzy to first swim, and now Izzy, when she shows up. Sorry, coach. All right, he is Lemon Low, National Swim Coach and Aquatic Development Leader. We take a short break, more Sunrise. When we return, please stay with us.
I clean life and purity straight. I don't need to worry. No crosses and no follow me. Hey, no. I don't need to worry. My mommy, I pray for me every night. I don't need to worry. Well, listen, I don't need to worry. So what I know,
giving up to $5 million in free content insurance.
We've developed a free online calculator. So anybody in Jamaica, any homeowner can go on to BCIC online. You don't even have to be a BCIC customer, and it will give you a building value.
When you update your home's rebuilding cost with our online calculator, you'll get $5 million in free content insurance and up to 12 months to pay your premium.
If you're not insured, go get it now. Better to be safe than sorry.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Yo, this is Bungie God.
And this is Rayan Lyons. See it happen
on CVM TV.
See it happen on CVM TV. That's what he's trying to say. See it happen on CVM TV. Thank you. See it happen.
See it happen.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Employers and householders, access the Heart NSTA Trust Skills Registry today to employ trained and certified skilled professionals. The time by Heart is
7:30.
Everybody needs a helping hand, somebody to understand. In the end, we're all human. For people living with HIV, no discrimination. Here to support them through. Respect you as usual. Got to protect them too. When are your friend or your family? Somebody in your community. People living with HIV. Protect, accept, and respect people living with HIV. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the sun. God is good all the time. Okay. Some days be the best. Some days be the worst. Some days they don't reap. Come on. Other days they don't. Okay. Guess what you woke up today? Put a big smile on your face. Just one thing ain't never gonna change. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain.
All right, hey there. Glad to have you back with us. So, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Babsy-Grange, joins us this morning to shed light on the I Love Jamaica concert series, a telethon to raise funds for the National Recovery Program following Hurricane Melissa. The initiative aims to raise US $1 million through a series of 5 fundraising concerts, both locally and internationally. Proceeds will go directly towards relief and rebuilding efforts after the recent devastation caused by the Category 5 hurricane. Welcome, Minister Grange, or as many of us say, Auntie Babsy. Good morning, Minister. How are you?
I'm okay personally, but saddened by what Melissa did to our brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Of course.
In Western Jamaica.
Yeah.
And you know, it's really painful. And the I Love Jamaica initiative is meant to provide some inspiration for them to raise funds, to uplift their spirits, and to just show solidarity.
Right. When I saw the announcement, I was saying yes, because the thing is, if we're all down and we all stay down and there's no opportunity for us to come up, through any means, this music for some persons is through which we get our engaged coping mechanisms. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So the I Love Jamaica initiative was very. I was very excited by the announcement, and I'm sure others too are excited. But I want you to tell us, give us some details about the where, the when. The first one, because I heard some dates, but I want you to clarify and remind us.
All right. So we're going to kick off with a telethon, a fundraising telethon.
Right.
And the date is now November 23, and it will be live on CVM.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
And what we're doing, we're asking Jamaicans to call in and pledge funds to the account that has been established through the portal, which is supportjamaica.gov.jm. We're also going to have personalities. Usain, for example, Usain Bolt will be one of those manning the telephones. We'll have artists performing, Taurus Riley, Chris Martin. We're going to be announcing the various artists who will participate on that day. We'll be announcing those performers over the next few days. Chris Martin was the first to call, and he said, "Auntie, I'm so sad about what's happening. I want to play my part." He was at the press launch last night, and he spoke. Lukie D spoke. He was there last night, and I'm appealing to all those artists out there and sports icons and personalities. If you are not a performer, you can manage the telephones, and you can help us to make the appeal to Jamaicans to support their brothers and sisters who have been severely impacted by Melissa. I want to tell you too, it's a global initiative. So we're going to have I Love Jamaica concerts in London.
Yes.
Coco Candem on Thursday, November 13.
Yes.
And Wembley Stadium, the date will be announced. O2, the date will be announced. And UB40 is already committed. Boy George.
Brilliant.
Yes. So everybody, the Jamaican diaspora is committed. We have Bobby Clark of Irie Jam in New York. He's leading the initiative there. Roger Lewis, Inner Circle, leading the initiative in Florida, working closely with our Consul General. We have concerts scheduled for Toronto, for LA. It's just been an overwhelming response to this initiative. And our music is a music for all seasons.
Yes.
All seasons. I'm really happy that the industry has come on board and Jamaicans have come together to give support and to show solidarity to our brothers and sisters.
Minister Grange, you are no stranger to using music to unite in difficult times. I remember vividly when we were facing the COVID-19 pandemic. I remember the concerts that were done, the live streaming that happened, just to use our most loved, globally loved export or music to lift the spirits of our people. So you're no stranger to making this happen. Obviously, this has a little bit more of a nuance to it because we're also raising funds. Talk to us about pulling it all together. Talk to us about the importance of using our voices, using our culture, but more importantly, talk to us about the importance of having our culture lift our brothers and sisters up in trying times.
Well, this will be the third telethon that I've been involved in, that I've led the charge. So the first telethon was done to raise funds for the Women's Shelter of Jamaica Foundation and the Bureau of Gender Affairs. At that time, it was called the Bureau of Women's Affairs. And the funds would go towards setting up shelters for women who are being abused. The Women Center of Jamaica Foundation, we assist pregnant teenagers to continue their education and to reintegrate into the school system, back into the school system. In fact, one of our girls gave birth to a baby girl on the day, I think it was in the news, she's 15 years old. And she gave birth to a little girl during Melissa. And we raised a substantial amount of money on that occasion. The second telethon, as you mentioned, was COVID. We raised over $60 million. and it was streamed worldwide. So this now is being done on even a greater, a wider scope, with live concerts across the world. I've even got calls from Serbia where they want to stage an event. And on this Saturday, there will be an event in Trinidad put on by the Indian community to raise funds, which will be sent to Jamaica and deposited in the account set up by the Support Jamaica, through the Support Jamaica structure.
Right.
So our music is something that will inspire people, and the events will not just be secular concerts. We're going to have gospel concerts. And we have brought the churches together. We've set up what we call a religious and faith-based task force. And so there'll be spiritual upliftment and inspiration for the people. The churches will go out in the 775 communities across Jamaica to administer unto the people and to give them faith, to encourage them to continue to pray and to get the strength.
That's so important.
The artist, for example, Taras Riley, will be one of those artists. Massacre, Chris Martin, and so many others. They are there to give support and to uplift the spirit of our people. We're even going to be doing storytelling.
Nice.
I like that. I like that. So very
and
different
it's all
forms.
about I love Jamaica.
And
you know, it's something that we're hoping will lift the spirits of the people, will mobilize support, because the hurricane has really changed a lot of lives overnight. People don't have roofs over their heads. They don't have beds. They don't have food.
Right. So, yeah. Well, let me be first to say, I mean, congratulations. I mean, I said it earlier that I'm excited, and I'm sure others are too, because two things are happening at the very same time. Our culture and music to heal and uplift. At the same time, tangibly, we are raising funds, much needed funds, at a time, an unprecedented time in our country's history.
And I want to mention too the corporate sponsors, the corporate partners, Red Stripe and Digicel. So for the telethon, they are the two lead sponsors. We are inviting other sponsors to come on board. They say it takes cash to care.
Yes. Well, I'm sure they heard you, Auntie Babsy. They heard you live, and it's going to be live on CVM too. And we are really, really happy and looking forward to that, you know, happening
I forgot
here.
answer two phone.
Answer two phone calls. Yes.
IT and I are going to work in the telethon.
Yes. We're coming to do some work.
I'm looking forward to you both participating and taking calls.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
So we lift the spirit and pride of the Jamaican people, and we will raise vital funds for national recovery and rebuilding.
Brilliant.
Perfect. Our guest has been. Thank you very much, Auntie Babsy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Of course, Honorable Olivia Grains, Minister of Culture, Gender and Sports. Some more Sunrise will be here, right here, after this short break.
We're going to do this, you know? We're going to get through this. We're going to do this.
I'm Smog, and I want you to keep watching CVM TV, be inspired, be informed, right? See it happen right here on CVM TV. Morgan Heritage still here 3,000 and beyond. Graham Smog and say that. See it? Blessings.
It's time.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
More matches, More big clashes.
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
More of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
And of course, we always want to hear from you.
Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out. So send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
And you know we love a good little debate, right, Gio? We've got you covered all season long on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
When the bus the man, I want to watch my son play finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Greatness begins here.
My name Lionel. And after a hurricane, everybody want them things lined up and them light back quick. You understand that? But power restoration is a process. First, we check the big plants and main transmission lines. If them down, nobody can get power. Then, we restore the essential places. Hospitals, water, airport and such. Next is the major community lines. The one that power hundreds of homes one time. Last, we reach the smaller lines that serve individual streets. Rushing can cause damage or hurt someone, so we follow protocol and keep it solid.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is 7.
Some things are just never said. No.
One good thing about music, when it hits you, feel no pain. Welcome back, Sunrise family. Hurricane Melissa has caused widespread devastation in eastern Westmoreland, where it left many residents homeless and without essential resources.
Yeah.
As a resident of Robbins River and a member of the Beeston Spring Community Development Commission, Javane Brown, along with her father, his father, Michael Brown, attorney-at-law, is witnessing the impact firsthand, despite being affected personally. So Javane is using his platform to raise funds to assist community members in purchasing essential items and rebuilding their homes. His immediate goal is to acquire containers of zinc and plywood during the duty concession period to aid in the recovery efforts. Father and son duo joins us this morning via Zoom. So I say welcome, welcome, welcome.
Morning, gentlemen. Hi.
Morning.
There you are.
There you
Hi.
are. Yes.
You know what? I didn't even realize we're sit down together when we're doing the audio check. Hey. All right. Talk to us about being on the ground and experiencing the hurricane. For those of us who obviously were not in the same conditions that you were in, what was the experience like for you as the hurricane passed?
Let me say, in terms of laying the foundation, at the point where the hurricane made land, we lived less than a mile. We would have been one of the first persons who felt it. It's an experience that is hard to describe. The winds were, the trees, you either saw them breaking right before your eyes or bending to the right, touching the ground, bending to the left, touching the ground. I would say you could actually see the wind. It was white.
Wow.
It's an experience that if you don't have it, any description we give of it, it will not be adequate. It was frightful, especially when you started hearing the tiles from the roof tearing, and initially you did not know what it was. You thought it was something falling on the roof. Eventually you saw the water started coming in. You heard banging. It was a frightful experience.
Whoa, I mean,
we had, before the eye, we had 4 hours of that. What I'm happy about is after the eye, we only had maybe about half hour. We all thought it meant after the passage of the eye we would have 4 hours. Thankfully, we just had maybe half hour to 3/4 hour of it after. Frightful, hard to describe.
I can only imagine. I mean, hard to describe. Is an accurate response to it. I want to find out, Michael. Were there any damages to the premises where you are or other community members?
Yes, there was. By damage is to the roof. At least we were able to go downstairs, sleep on the floor. Despite what happened downstairs, like damage to the roof, water came in. So we actually were walking in water, sleeping in water. In terms of the community, rural community, first community hit, most about structures, there are sections of the community where there's more than 90% of total destruction of the house. There are sections of the community where there's 100% of significant damage to the housing stuff.
Javain, let me bring you in here.
Yes.
Let's talk a bit about your experience. Obviously, your dad would have had several encounters with storms or things of this nature. Let's talk about your experience and what that was like for you as a youngster.
Well, personally, I wouldn't have gotten to see as much storms as he would have.
Right.
My most frightening experience before this would have been Hurricane Ivan in 2004.
Right.
But I would say that this is unlike anything I would have ever experienced before. It's total devastation, something I hope to never see again. The most frightening experience I've ever had, and hopefully one I will never experience again.
I see you skip past Hurricane Beryl last year, which means that you were not as scared at that time, obviously.
But I wasn't in the island at that time, so I didn't have experience at that time.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Recovery efforts.
Yes.
Let's talk about recovery efforts, because obviously, Michael, you shared about damage to your roof, but you also shared about the destruction to 90% of the homes around you. What happens here now, or I should say, what do you suggest should be happening in and around your community as far as you see it?
Yes.
Let me say two things. We are a mostly farming community. In terms of farming, we rely more on our trees than cash crop. Breadfruit, ackee, pear, mangoes. Apart from that, I'll say something about Beeston Spring. We are a resilient community. Let me introduce you to Beeston Spring. They used to have Digicel Foundation All Island Best Community Competition. For the duration of that competition, we won for Westmoreland every year but once. We came first nationally once, second 2 or 3 times, and third 2 or 3 times. I'm saying that to say that we are a resilient community. We work together. All we want is some help. We will build on it. We are a resilient community. We have a strong community organization.
Awesome. And that's so good to hear, you know what I mean? But the question now I'd ask, because since help is needed and we need to make contact, and contact is a challenge, connectivity is a challenge. But in any case, how do persons make contact with you if they want to assist in any relevant or relatable or necessary way at this time?
Within the community, as you are aware, connectivity is currently an issue. So there is limited space to connect to the internet and such. I would say I am a point of contact for a lot of people here. Thankfully, our house does have generator and Starlink. So we can connect through my socials. Javain Brown JA on Instagram and on Twitter, Javain Brown on Facebook, and reach out and try to assist. I am in the midst of doing a GoFundMe, as highlighted earlier, for the purpose of ideally purchasing a container of ply and zinc to provide temporary housing. So I would ask that you reach out to me on those platforms, and we can liaison on how you can support and how you can support our rebuilding efforts in Beeston Spring.
Javain, I have to ask you, because obviously you didn't acquire Starlink in the last 7 days. You had Starlink from before, correct?
Starlink.
You had to convince your father that you should have get Starlink?
No, actually, I was abroad at the time, and it was my mother who purchased it, because we did have another wireless provider before, but our living in a rural environment, it is not consistent, and sometimes we've dropped service. So we found out about Starlink in terms of reliability, and we opted them instead, and at this point, we are very grateful that we did.
Oh, I was just wondering if you had to convince Dad to get a service that connected to a satellite, and Dad was probably just like, what kind of nonsense you're talking about, Javain?
No, in fact, what happened during COVID, he was going to university. The other children were going to school. In fact, he himself and one of my daughters was going to university. When classes were moved online, they could not participate. As attorneys also, there are times when we had to do matters by Zoom.
Right.
There were times when we couldn't participate. So the decision was very easy.
Got you. Awesome stuff.
That's so good to hear, because sometimes when those who are born into the digital age,
yes,
and those of us who aren't, there's disparity and disagreement sometimes. I'm happy to hear that though. It was a no-brainer.
Right, despite the age, I'm very, I'm one of those, I call myself digital curious.
Digital curious,
I'm always very unhappy about the fact that I don't know as much as he does.
Yes.
That is very funny. Something tells me, Michael, that if I sat beside Javain to his left shoulder, I would be able to read your text messages from where I sit. Something tells me you have big font on you. So Javain laugh. Javain knows it's true.
Big fun.
Awesome stuff. We're so glad that you guys are okay.
Yes.
We are so happy that you are supporting your neighbors and your community. We wish you all the best. We wish you, Javain, we hope that your GoFundMe takes off and goes through the roof, so you can help everyone to rebuild their homes. This is awesome stuff.
And let me say to you, none of us in Beeston Spring are sleeping comfortably.
Right.
Whether the damage is great or small. Myself, we have reduced the leaks and we are sleeping dry. I still cannot sleep.
Yes.
In my mind, let me tell you, last night, for example, I was up to 2 o'clock thinking, is there more I can do?
Yes.
Have I done enough? Is there more I can do?
Yes.
How are the people of Left Hall living? How are the people at Coffee Gully where there's only one house standing? How are they living? We have had maybe 3 or 4 heavy showers and then some other smaller showers. What happened where we are to access the main community maybe about a mile or 2. So I'm not seeing them every day. So it stresses me.
But you guys are accessible by road, correct?
Can reach you by road?
The road is badly damaged, but we are accessible currently.
Okay.
There is some detour involved, as was admitted previously, but we are currently accessible.
Okay, thank goodness. So we're able to get to you if we need to provide additional support in your mission to help others. Okay.
That's so good to hear.
Right, I know we have, but let me just make one, in terms of support, one of the things I do not want the authorities or the donor to ignore is the fact that we have lost all our trees. We have lost all the trees, all the limbs, all the branches. My cousins came from Kingston yesterday to assist, and I was disappointed that they did not stop and get a breadfruit on the road.
Yes.
For the next 3 to 4 years, we may not have a single breadfruit, a single pear, a single mango, or any apple. And it is a part of feeding the community. That is something I would hope is also given some priority, even with the other assistance, the housing that is needed, the food that is needed to feed persons now. we want back our trees.
That's really
It's
good
like
to
a
know.
desert. It's like something out of a horror movie.
That's really good to note. Michael, thank you for that suggestion, because
Yes.
I will admit to you that when I came to Westmoreland on Sunday, I noticed the desiccation everywhere.
Yes,
There is
yes.
not a single leaf in sight. And
Yeah.
so that aspect of it, I don't think many people thought
about
of.
it, yes.
But now, for those of us who are coming from Kingston, heading west, we
Bring
can
a
bring
tree.
a few trees
Yes,
and
yes.
give as well to replant and to just
Yes.
rebuild the community literally from the ground
Yes.
up. So that's
Very
a
good
great
idea.
suggestion. Thank
Yes.
you so much for that. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
All right.
And thank both of you.
Yeah. Our guests have been Michael Brown and Jovain Brown, attorneys at law. Michael Erskine, BP Erskine, and Co. Donafi. Yeah? They make giving easy and secure. Yeah? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? I have no idea what that is.
Donafy.
I actually have no idea what I said. Donafi? Donafy?
Donafy.
Is what that?
When done it in a bona fide way.
So?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out after the break. A Donafy? IT, don't play with me. A Donafy or Donafi?
I think it's Donafy.
Listen, we're going to put the emphasis on the right syllables after the break. Stay with us here on Sunrise. I have no idea what that was I introduced.
Carry on. Been through fire, we go through the storm. God bring me through all of this. That's why
Holla me, holla yo, holla way. Follow me and holla for the new cheesy jalapeno whopper from BK. Hata afa we say new cheesy jalapeno whopper make we talk in a gypsy. Well a pot, me I forget the new BK cheesy jalapeno whopper. Whole heap of spicy jalapenos and creamy cheese sauce. Get the combo with fries and drinks for $1,350. Holla me, holla yo, holla way. Follow me and holla for the new cheesy jalapeno whopper from BK. It's the new BK cheesy jalapeno whopper from Burger King.
Trust Hawkeye's Total Connect. Hawkeye, securing what matters most.
Time by Hawkeye is 8 a.m.
It's time.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
More matches, more big clashes.
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
More of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
And of course, we always want to hear from you.
Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out. So send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
And you know we love a good little debate, right, Gio? We've got you covered all season long on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Rise to the occasion, look at yourself and say you're strong. No one can stop you, oh, yeah. Rise to the occasion, go ahead, you know you're strong. No one can stop you. It's for you to make the best in the life. Now back you've got the chance, get a first step towards your goal. Alright, we're jamming. I wanna jam it with you.
We're jamming, rah, 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 rah. And I hope you like jamming too. Hey, listen now. Donafy is a trusted crowdfunding platform designed with both donors and organizers in mind, offering advanced features to safeguard funds, protect campaigns, and also ensure accountability. With Donify, organizers can receive contributions directly into their local bank accounts immediately, enabling them to mobilize resources quickly and drive recovery efforts without delay. Chairman Shamir Sadler of Smart Term and CEO of Dime, Fernando Edwards, they've joined forces for the creation of this platform, and they join us now with the details. Good morning, gents. How are ya?
Morning.
A donafide morning to you, my donafide friends.
Yes. Walk us through what Donify is and how it simplifies the process of giving for both donors and recipients.
Right. So Donify initially started off as a crowdfunding platform for schools. So Smart Term has been around since 2016, working with schools to digitize their operations, from enrollment all the way to report cards, transcripts, etc. And one of the main things in education is that schools need funding. So Donify was created as a way for them to do specific campaigns. So whether they need a new computer lab or they need a bridge or a school bus, it was intended for that. And so coming into this a period with Hurricane Melissa, we had this platform and we're like, okay, let's expand it and open it up to the broader Jamaicans so that they can actually create campaigns for specific needs. So while we were helping Jamaicans and going into the field, we were in Westmoreland, realized that yes, while the relief packages are great, persons need specific help. And so Donify is intended for them to create their campaigns and be able to receive donations and actually have access to that funds in local bank accounts. Most of the platforms that exist today, GoFundMe, etc., they don't really cater to us as Jamaicans. Like you'd have to go through another individual, go through a foreign entity to raise those funds and then try to get it to Jamaica. This is actually an opportunity to raise the funds locally and actually have access to it to do what you need. Right?
We mentioned in the introduction that it's a safe way to do it. You know, it protects the donors, it protects the organizers. What specific safeguards are in place that you've built within the platform that protects each party? Fernando.
All right. So good question. So on Dime, we handle the payments aspect of Donify. So we are a Visa partner, PCI compliant entity as well. So we empower merchants across the Caribbean, accept multiple payment methods, both online and in store.
Sorry, PCI compliant.
So payment card industry. So these are data security standards which ensure that organizations handle cardholder data safely and securely, and ensure that the CIA triad is taken into account in handling data security, which is confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
I'm looking at your shirt and I'm seeing the smart way to pay and get paid. And obviously, I'm looking at your shirt and it says Smart Term. Why did you guys, although having your individual experiences, decide to come together to make this thing happen?
Right. I genuinely believe in partnerships. Right? And one of the things I realized pretty early on is that, if our businesses come together and we can do so much more, right? And I always believed in our education system. When I went to Eastwood University, one of the big things I saw is that all the valedictorians were international students.
For sure.
Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Nigerians, right? And I'm like,
don't forget the Asian kids.
Exactly, right? Stanford. And so what happens is that, I'm like, let's invest in our education infrastructure and do more, right? And so I believe firmly that we can solve our own problems here in Jamaica. We do have the talent to solve our own problems. And this is just an example of doing that. Both two companies coming together, two different industries to solve a problem.
Yeah. I heard that, you've mentioned that donors, actually, people can receive money immediately in the local banks.
Oh, yes, that's correct.
How does that work?
All right, so we support local banks, especially through the Visa network. So that's where we connect with local banks. So that allows donors or platform users to receive their funds locally in their bank accounts, whether it's USD or even JMD, and they receive funds within 24 hours.
We're seeing some graphics on the screen, and we're seeing that so far you've raised $23.2 million through campaigns on Donify. Your donation helps schools rebuild, restore learning, and support displaced students. So this is not a no thing. You've been doing this. This has been a part of the mission. So if a person looking on says, okay, maybe I can work with Donafy because they're trusted. They have a track record of being transparent and honest. This is a good thing for those looking on who have never heard of Donafy Day in their life before, like me, and who just called it Donafy before the break.
Yeah.
How do I support this mission? How do I donate?
Right. So you go to donafy.org. You'll see the campaigns that are there. I'm sure a lot of them will speak to you. Just go the one that your heart tells you to go with, and just select the amount that you want to give and participate. Right. If you're an organization, a church, a nonprofit, etc., and you want to support the communities that you're in, work with the MPs, work with the persons that are there, and create campaigns that are specific to those communities so that you can raise for them. Right, the diaspora has so many individuals, right, from Jamaica, and even the best performing campaign for the Hurricane Melissa is we have 20 plus donors from Sweden, for example, right? The diaspora and our reach as Jamaica is so big, it's so massive. So once we put the campaigns on there, we market them the right way, I'm sure we'll get the support. So if you're an organization, you're a church, etc., and you have a community that you want to support, go to donafy.org, try to create a campaign, sign up. You'll be surprised at how much funds you can raise just from creating that digital footprint. Yeah.
You know what I want to ask? I mean, speaking of security and trust, how do we ensure the legitimacy of the various campaigns and that donor funds will be used appropriately?
Right. So I'll let Fernando speak to the compliance side, and then I'll speak to the transparency side.
All right. So there is an onboarding process where we work with registered entities. So they have to be registered and they go through identity verification as well. So AML checks are done. Just a standard KYC because we work with the banks, so we have to meet some of the bank's requirements as well.
Know your customer.
Just to ensure, know your customer. I mean, that's done electronically, so it's a very seamless onboarding process as well. And as I was saying, because we work with the banks, we have to go through that process because that funds is being settled in the banks. And, the banks have their regulations and their compliance that they have to do with BOJ as well.
ITY, I thank you.
From a transparency standpoint, right, we are able to provide, the campaign owners are able to provide updates to the donors. So, in most cases, when you donate online and you just donate to a link, that is it. You're not getting updates, you're not sure where the funds are going, etc. On Donafy, when you donate, once the campaign owners provide an update on the thread, you'll get an email. You'll see that, okay, we bought 100 relief packages, or we'll see that, yes, we just bought 2 materials for 2 roofs for a particular individual, and they can put up videos and pictures, etc., showing that the money is going to good use and what it's being spent for. Right?
I like this. Yeah. Why you call it Donafy and not Donafy?
I'll tell you, business naming is always a tricky thing. Right? It's always a tricky thing. I think we went over different variations of that, and somehow we landed at 5.
Because they're a bona fide organization.
A bona fide organization.
Donafy the team.
There we go.
Yes. Our guests have been bona fide. Shamir Sadler, chairman of Smart Term, and Fernando Edwards, CEO of Dime. Stay with us for more Sunrise after this break.
Hey, Shamir, let me tell you something. If you never...
King, holla me, holla yo, holla way, follow me and holla for the new cheesy jalapeno whopper from BK. Hata afa we say new cheesy jalapeno whopper make we talk in a gypsy. Well apart, me I forget the new BK cheesy jalapeno whopper. Whole heap of spicy jalapenos and creamy cheese sauce. Get the combo with fries and drinks for $1,350. Holla me, holla yo, holla way, follow me and holla for the new cheesy jalapeno whopper from BK. It's the new BK cheesy jalapeno whopper from Burger King.
Turbulence to future, I'm have to end that see it happen. We've got the love others are searching for. I'm still loving you, even though you're gone. I could have been one of the most notorious. Keep it royal, give thanks and praise for life. Thank you very much. Go bang!
It's time.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
more matches, more big clashes.
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
More of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
And of course, we always want to hear from you.
Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out. So send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
And you know we love a good little debate, right, Gio? We've got you covered all season long on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV. Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Cause things so wild. All I wanna do is live a little, breathe a little and go on enjoy. Cause every more can make a little, but I want to trickle. Cause things so alright. If the pleasures and pressures of life will look into so, try your best to make time for joy when the goes on pain of life is on you. We both know that there choice. Cause every lesson is a blessing, no stressing.
I know persons who are watching or have been watching all morning are saying, why are they looking like they're so happy and dancing? Because it's fundraising Friday. And fundraising is what we need at this time.
And we're also raising the fun.
And we're raising the fun in the fundraising, all right? So welcome back to Sunrise. All right, in the wake of Hurricane Melissa, the University of Technology, UTech Jamaica, Students' Council has sprung into action immediately, leading vital relief efforts to support affected communities. Recognizing the impact on their student population, particularly in the western region, they're expanding their mission to St. Elizabeth, focusing on cleanup, debris removal, and further and distribution. All right, President's Advisor at UTech, Janelle Gordon, and President's Task Force member, Clevon Riley, joined us today to tell us more about their unwavering commitment to rebuilding the lives and restoring hope, H-O-P-E.
Good morning to you both.
Yeah.
Good morning. Great to have you.
Thank you for
I
having
love
us.
when youngsters are in the house because I feel like Jamaica is in good hands when you
Yes.
see youngsters who are leading the charge, you
Yes,
know?
yes,
I really love it. Speaking like an elder. Hey. But let us talk about the mission. It's multifold, so obviously it encompasses quite a bit. But how did you guys decide what exactly your outreach was going to look like and how you were going to go into the field? Clevon, I'm going to throw that one to you.
So it was a case where we knew that a lot of our students were from West, and we know that immediately we can't give certain things, so we decided to focus on relief supplies such as food items. We decided that we would work with a Starlink and power, because that's what they need right now. There's nothing much that we can do but that, so that's what we immediately went towards.
Which is still a lot because it also mentioned cleaning up, removal of debris. That's a big one, Janelle. Janelle, you can lift tree.
You can chop.
You can chop.
I think so.
We'll find out.
But we have the faculty. So we have the Faculty of Built Environment at the university. So we have partnered with the School of Building and Land Management. They are the ones that will be leading that part. So they will be going in, helping persons with their houses and so on, and helping with the debris as well. So we partner with different persons. So even for the medical aspect, we have partnered with students, nursing students and pharmacy students, so that we can go into the community and give some assistance there.
You both could have seen this and said, it is what it is. I hope they get help. But you jump in. What was that move? What was that cathartic moment? What the moment that you said to yourselves, I mean, we have to do something?
It was a case where we're there in Kingston and you felt like, wow, we're here, we're alive, we have life. And those in West are fairly impacted. So how can we step in? How can we help our students? Because without them, there would be no us. So that was that moment for us.
And you got a buy-in from everybody at the same time? Everybody?
Yeah, everybody was on board. Everybody felt the same way. Everybody wanted to help. Everybody wanted to give back. It was a sense of we needed to act now.
We're seeing footage on the screen of a bus being loaded up. Walk us through what we're looking at on screen here.
So this was us packing the UTech bus. We were packing all of the relief supplies, getting all the equipment on board. So we had a bus. We had 2 vehicles, I believe, a van. So we packed everything up so we could, head to West.
Shame. Oh, I can't even. Footage like this literally tugs at my heart. But what I love the most is one thing we're learning every day as we continue the post-hurricane season is everyone is chipping in.
Yes.
Everyone is playing their part, and it's a really beautiful, beautiful thing to see. This current clip on screen is so heartwarming because what it is just to embrace and support our fellow brothers and sisters is a beautiful thing. Yeah.
It is absolutely a very beautiful thing. Like what I'm seeing. And let's say a picture paints 1,000 words, a video. I tell you, that moment. Really, really good to see that. All right, I have to say congrats to you both. Awesome work. I admire it. I'm inspired by it. And I'm hoping that those who are watching are also inspired and so moved to do something too. As you said, you couldn't just see it and ignore it. You had to do something. And then others bought in and you have support partnerships. Happy to hear that, UTech.
Brilliant stuff. Excellent,
Brilliant. Yes,
excellent
yes.
stuff.
So
right.
we young people, that's what we young people do.
Right. I'll shift to the side because I'm very pleased to be an elder. So we're going to move out of the young people things. Actually, you match them enough, you have on your Bluetooth.
Hey, ready.
All right, that was Janelle Gordon, President's advisor, and Clevon Riley, President's task force member, both of UTech. In the midst of it all, we all need some sunshine on a cloudy day, yeah? So we wrap things up after this break, but we're going to have a little fun before we do that. So please stick and stay with us right here on Sunrise.
Sunrise!
Go, go, go.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these 4 boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And Casey has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CBM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. It's time.
Welcome to High School Pitchside. We have another fascinating episode for you.
More matches, more big clashes.
Let's talk about some of the big rivalries coming up this week.
More of your favorite features.
And trust me, you won't fall asleep in this history class.
And of course, we always want to hear from you.
Hear from your alma mater's players and coaches in Team Talk.
You know we can't leave you out. So send us your messages on social media and watch us react on FanView.
And you know we love a good little debate, right, Gio? We've got you covered all season long on High School Pitchside.
High School Pitchside, your ultimate guide to all things schoolboy football, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
Guy.
I don't know.
Who is that guy?
I don't
Let me
know
say
him.
something. Sometimes I wish you guys could see what happens in the commercial breaks.
Listen. If you're just joining me, I'm happy that I'm beside so many different talents on the different days. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm beside a singing talent. Sometimes I'm beside a dancing talent. I'm still not learn to sing. I'm still not learn to dance. But what? Show me your friends.
I'll tell you who you are.
I'll tell you who you are.
It's all right. Me and Phoenix still not funny. So I got sometimes. Hey.
Phoenix will say, you got that right.
I said, we're not still not hilarious.
Well, listen. Phoenix, where are you for? Drop something now.
What you say? Freestyle time?
Yeah, like when a DJ I play, I have the, what you call it, hype man.
Yeah.
You're going to be his hype man?
I have to know which tune you're going to play, to introduce it. I have to know which tune you're going to play, I'm intro it.
Alright.
So me intro one tune,
yeah.
or you intro one tune?
No, me just give you ad-libs.
Yeah.
You must have ad-lib. God.
Yeah.
Ad-libs.
Alright, so I could go with the dance for that one.
We have, alright, dance, yeah.
You ready?
Alright. Yeah, you dance, I mean intro.
1, 2, 3, ready?
Introducing.
Yeah.
We are lift up the vibes.
Vibes.
We are turn up the vibes.
Vibes.
In here. Drop it.
Watch out. Turn dancer. Turn dancer.
Hey! Yes, I
did! Listen.
What's next? Oh, calm down.
Calm down! DJ Phoenix! Sunrise!
Banger, baby.
Where the fun rise?
Hold on, more your lyrics on this now. Go on, freestyle.
Freestyle?
Yeah, ready now.
Freestyle? That style your name nothing. When we say the style name again?
Nothing.
That style your name nothing. When we say the style name again?
Nothing. And he gives us nothing.
Nothing. When you don't know what to say?
You say nothing.
That's it. And it's a good way to rap because see in this time, in this season, there's so many different things happening. And if you really don't have anything good to say,
don't say
nothing. Stop watching those people doing things and complaining. Complain is a bad word now, unless you are somewhere where you need help. All right?
Hey, listen, thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. As we told you at the top of the show, we're going to tell you again right now, we still have a lot to give thanks for.
Absolutely.
Yes?
Always.
Our hearts, our sympathies are with those who have lost.
Yes.
They've lost loved ones, they've lost belongings.
Yes.
But we have life and breath for those of us who are still here and still standing, and we are with you. We're resilient, we are fighting, we're going to get through this. You understand?
Bagdale Mountain District, Aberdeen, St. Elizabeth, we're coming. Appleton, Estate, we're coming.
We got
Yes, we got this. All right.
got
And as
this.
I always say, and we know it now more than ever, God without man is still God. But man without God is nothing. Nada, zilch, vapor, like this. That.
Have a great weekend.
Every time I feel can't do nothing. Swear me out for win. That's why I'm a champion. Every time I feel, 'cause God always listens. One day I have to win. That's why I'm trying. Tell me, working hard when I'm still struggling. Minimum wage can't cover my bills. Somebody tell me I'm gonna live. Be might complain, but I'm not giving. I'll do it now, sure. Pulling me on God, no, I'm a dear God. Oh, me have to make up a devil, but I'm free on
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed. When I close my eyes and smile, sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon. And I've done my best, so everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun.